I am standing in the middle of a graveyard, but I'm not here to see the gravestones, funnily enough. I'm here to see this cool church. Now this is Tarbert Discovery Centre. It's in a little village called Portmahomaig, right up in the Highlands of Scotland, and it's just on the Tarbert Peninsula. So the abbey was built in the 12th century and it's one of the best maintained medieval abbeys in the whole of Scotland. And the story is that Alexander I was sailing across the firth and got shipwrecked here, and he was taken in by a hermit who lived here just by himself, and he was fed oysters and milk from his cow. He wanted to build an abbey to say thank you to God and thank you to the hermit for saving his life. However, sadly he died before he could do this, but his brother, King David, honoured his wishes and founded a priory here. Continue round the coast a bit and you'll be able to see this from the lighthouse. There's a ruin of a tower, and this is Lady Janet and Struthers Tower. Lady Janet was the daughter of a Scottish merchant, and she was renowned for her beauty and for being a bit of a flirt. Now it's said that she would go skinny dipping on the rocks below. Before she would go, she would get her staff to ring a bell in the village just to let everyone know, to give her some privacy, and that she was skinny dipping. Now I am no expert in skinny dipping, but I think ringing a bell in town to let people know you're doing it is the absolute opposite effect that I would want to have. So as you walk through Dornoch's main street, you can tell it's really old and steeped in history. So on your right hand side as you're walking in, there is a 15th century palace, which is now the Castle Hotel. And then on your left, it's a beautiful cathedral, which is actually the smallest cathedral in Scotland. During both wars, it was used in a network of defence to protect Rosyth Dockyard and the bridges. So as you come in, there's a map that tells you what each building's for. So there's ones up there where all the seagulls are nesting that would have been from the First World War. There's gun placements from the Second World War around the other side, and it is very cool. It's an awesome place in history, but the fact that the Abbey has survived all this blows my mind. In 1997, archaeologists dug up a grave of a man called Chieftain A, and he was a 6 foot tall man, and he was head to toe, and on top of him was a 5'11" man, and even more weird, in that grave was 4 extra skulls, so he's named as a 6-headed chieftain. Dornoch is also notable for being the last place in Scotland that a witch was burnt. Janet Horne in 1727 was burnt at the stake, and just behind me in this garden there's a stone called the Witch's Stone, which commemorates her death. Her neighbours accused her of turning her daughter into the devil's donkey. So she was trialled in Dornoch. Her daughter was also trialled but escaped. So Janet Horne was sentenced to death.